Greetings, listeners. I'm your host and GM for the evening, Zach Barrett, and welcome to this Twisted Q Studios production of Spacers, our Starfinder actual playcast. If you've been following our Call of Cthulhu show, you'll know that we've started up a Ko-fi campaign. On our main website, you'll find a link to the Ko-fi page, where you can donate us a coffee or two for my late-night editing sessions. It also helps to cover our fees for getting the shows too, so it is greatly appreciated. A huge thank you to everyone who has donated to us so far. We're looking at ways to show our thanks to everyone for the help, possibly merch. Let us know on our socials what sort of things you'd like us to look into. But for now,
Last left of the crew, a dig team operated by the Seven has found something of import to Xovak. The crew have begun their attack in efforts to see what was found and salvage what they can from what's left.
The attention of Greed's Envy, and with that he's fired a shot off at you as you run into the ramp, but he has missed. You have entered the ramp. With that, Laurel, I believe your action triggers right away to shoot him.
Yep.
So I want you to roll me attack on him, and is it EAC or KAC?
It is K.
Okay, so roll that.
So it's my semi-auto pistol. It is
Analog, gotcha.
analog. I wrote P actually.
Plasma, right? Didn't you get something?
Plasma? So that's EAC.
What?
Yeah. No, then I wrote. I did write analog here.
Then it's K.
So P is physical. Yeah, so
Yeah.
K. That's what I thought.
Plus anything else.
All
If
right.
it is just the...
Weapon specialization,
That's-
because it's a pistol, it'll be half your level as extra damage.
Is
So you're level 6, so you get a plus 3
Plus
damage because of
okay.
weapon spec.
Just
Nice.
hits.
6.
Okay.
Wow, that does not a lot of damage.
No,
I do
'cause
more damage punching.
You have a level 1
Yeah.
pistol.
Yeah.
You are
Level six.
an up close and personal brawler. So yeah,
This is
you
true.
watch as the bullet just tring bounce off the armor, and he's now drawn to your attention. With that, I think you also had a held action, Diantha. Is there anything you'd like to do right now before I go into full proper
Yes,
initiative order?
I do. I like to take my pistol out and just fire some blanks into the air, and do draw fire. So anyone within 100 feet of me takes a -4 penalty to any attacks that are not against me.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so he'll get a -4 to everything because he's within 100 feet of you.
Yeah. So
Okay.
if he hits me, he doesn't have that, but anybody else that he tries to hit.
Yeah, I like that. I
Give
like
a
that.
minus
Awesome. That's actually dope.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah,
you guys
it's
just
all
hear
good.
from Diantha's direction, his bullets being fired. With that, we're going to go to proper initiative order, since those were the held actions. Laurel, you're first in the initiative order.
You shoot him again.
All right.
Same shot, same weapon. That is a
Hi.
31.
That hits. Oh my god. That's crazy.
And a 5.
5? Okay.
5 points of damage.
All right, so you just twang, it collides into him again. You see some scorch marks popping up, and he's not looking very happy with you. Flinch, you have made it into the ramp itself. What would you like to do, moving and action-wise?
Okay, so where the ramp is going down and Envy is behind me,
Yeah.
is he chasing me?
Do you want to take the time to
No,
look?
I need to focus on going down. As I look down the ramp, how far down does it go to the entrance of what they're talking
Now
about?
that you can see, the ramp itself is about 20 feet in length before it actually hits the rock at the bottom. In the rock area itself, it's very cave-like and creviced, where there are branches out on the sides with stalactites and mites and stuff like that, and lights have been affixed to the stalactites going further down. And about 30 feet from the base of the ramp forward, you can see a mass of light, as if a larger fixture has been installed against something flat. So you feel 50 feet, you'd be at whatever the main source of light is.
Okay, so I remember the beer person
Mm-hmm.
saying to Envy that they used dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm really good at engineering, like exceptionally good at engineering.
Yeah.
What? Is there any crates of dynamite around?
You get the sense that being that everyone has left this area as they are prepping to move, they were moving carts out with them. Upon first glance, they've taken the dynamite with them. That's
Cool.
back up at the tent.
So I'll just have to use my 4 grenades.
That's fair.
So, structural weak points. Just quick glances, because honestly, I don't care about the Tesseract. I just want to make it take a really long time for them to get it. So we can watch from the woods or get away and just screw with them the whole time that they're doing a mining operation.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I'm
Yeah.
weary that if I run in, I don't know what this thing is. I could see it go blind. I could touch it, shock. Because in my idea about Tesseract, I could shock myself. I might know how to carry it. It could be radiation. It could be anything.
How close do you want to get to the end of this hallway before deciding to throw?
Well, I just need to know where the structural weak points are, because I'll actually probably need to get fairly close to where I put them to make sure that I can collapse it all in on itself.
Okay, so basically you're going to take this turn to get up to the physical structure?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because
Yes.
I need to, because I want to cave in that entrance as much as possible.
No, that makes sense. In terms of the entrance itself, the ramp is very flimsy. A grenade, depending on how bad the throw is, could probably destroy the ramp. The stalactites themselves, especially closer towards the actual stone structure, which I'll get to in a second, looks like that with the added weight and the structural weaknesses provided from the destroyed ship might allow a cave-in. But when you get to the door itself, it is a door, and they have lights affixed 3 along each side and 1 on the top, and there is a crack that has already been formed in the door. And looking at you as an engineer, this is what the dynamite did. All it did was just crack the door enough that you can see inside. You could, with what you have available to you, further open this. Do you wish to look inside the crack itself?
Yeah, because I'm just wondering, because I guess I can't cave this in to cover the door.
You get the sense that you could, but it would just be, you won't be destroying this. The amount of dynamite that it looked like they used, they caused a crack to the door itself. So any covering up you would do, they would just come and uncover it at some point.
Okay, so I'm going to look in only with my cyber eye.
Okay.
Close my actual organic eye, because my cyber eye has light dampening, so I won't go blind.
And then after this happens, we'll move on to back. But when you look on in there, you don't receive any math through your eye about anything harmful. However, looking inside, it is a rather pristine and untouched chamber, very akin to the architecture within the temple itself. However, in the center there is a pedestal. And on the pedestal there is like a giant D12, like a dodecahedron, just resting there, and there seems to be shapes shifting inside of it, as well as some kind of just like stars floating around in the inside of it. But it's just kind of resting there on a pedestal.
Like it's just on the pedestal, or like floating above the pedestal?
Just on the pedestal.
How far in is it?
From the door, about 10 feet. Chamber's about 20 feet in circumference.
How big's the crack?
The crack is like big enough that you could probably squeeze your head through, and with a couple of checks you might be able to move these pieces that were caused by you get the sense the reason why they haven't opened it already was because the boss said stop right there.
Oh, okay, fair
They
enough.
could have gone in and grabbed it just now if he didn't tell them to stop.
Shoki are pretty.
But we're gonna stop there.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's not, my turn's done. Yeah, let's move on.
Moving on to Envy here. With that, he's seeing somebody shooting at him. He sees you there, Laurel. He gets a -4 because you're prone. Oh, -4 because of that, and then a -2 because you're prone.
Yeah.
All right, what is your EAC?
16.
Okay. Well, that's going to hit you. He rolled a 15, it's +6.
And on top of that, I'm going to point it out as a reaction. Watch out, and give you a +4 to your AC.
Ooh, so 20.
You will fall prone after this, though.
I'm already prone.
Okay,
Very
good.
prone. So with that, he actually he goes to fire and aim, and as Diantha yells, what do you yell at him?
I'm telling you, I basically point out to Laurel, I'm like, get down! Go to the left!
All right, and as such, he shoots right where you were at. There's some kind of a blue, like arc bolt just strikes the dirt next to you, and you just roll out of the way, and you're totally fine.
Sweet.
Greg, you now have a bear and 2 lackeys, at least, running after you.
If they can't run at least 45 feet per round, then whatever.
That's fair.
I'm also going to activate my cloaking field.
Okay.
I'm running, so if they think they can try and shoot me, they're going to have a difficult time with it.
Okay.
Which is one of my move actions in order to activate it.
It is your move action.
It is my move action.
Okay, and then your action could be to run.
To keep running, yeah.
Yeah. All right, that makes sense. So that's Greg's whole turn. Cliptic,
Well,
you.
You get to roll a hide check, stealth. You
Oh.
get to roll stealth again because they might just not see you once you do it.
That's fair. Roll a stealth check.
Okay.
Now you just running into the woods, or are you going up a tree? What are you?
She can just stealth while she's being directly observed.
Ooh, I do have
Oh.
a question.
Well, you're going into the trees, like you're breaking line of
Yeah.
sight.
The ship that's here, how big is it?
It's smaller than the meteor,
Yeah.
but it's not a one-man fighter.
Okay, so probably like a
It's
2 or 3, like a skiff sort of thing.
Yeah. Something that would actually, you have seen an exact same model as this. This was the ship that dropped off the turret and the guys during your temple fight, getting into the temple with the 7 earlier.
Okay, so it's just like a
Crew carrier.
like a larger typed pod sort of thing, like
Yeah. Can hold 5, 6
Star Trek,
troops and a
Star
turret.
Trekky, not supported, not
Yeah.
supported by. Yeah. Okay. All right. Was the door to it open or anything?
Do you want to run away or do you want to go and check it? You hadn't really looked at it.
I want to run away into the tree line to hide, and then while I'm stealthing my way around in there, I want to try and see if I can get a line of sight to see if there's an access way into this ship.
Okay, so what was your stealth roll?
I got a 4 on the dice, so 24.
Good lord. All right, sweet. So you've gone into hiding in the woods. Cliptic. You hear a bunch of shooting and screaming upstairs and people running, and then you hear some kind of small feet running on the ramp right above you. What would you like to do?
I want to go into the cave or into the crevice.
All right, so for you, because you're right underneath the ramp and you poke on out, you're only 20 feet away from where Flinch is at that stone door, so you can use your movement to get there. And
Yes.
I'm not going to just say the same thing again. You can see exactly what he's just seen. So what would you like to do with your action?
I'm assuming we would have a conversation there.
You can right now.
Okay. Oh, Clippy 2, great. Look in there and use your magic knowledge to see what that is, and if I can blow it up with a grenade.
I'm going to use Detect Affliction. So what it is it actually tells me if an object is cursed.
Nice. Okay. Do you have to roll anything for it?
I
or-
do. It says if a target is cursed or suffering from a similar affliction, you must succeed a DC 20 Intelligence or Wisdom.
That
If
I-
it actually is cursed.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how to...
Okay. So if it isn't cursed, nothing will happen. If it is cursed, I'll roll.
Yeah.
Okay. You cast it.
Okay.
Don't sense any any kind of cursed magic on it.
Right. I think we should get it. I think we should take
Can't
it with
fit.
us.
Only grenades can.
I have magic. So I have magic. I can safely say this thing is no heavier than 10 pounds, right?
Well, so you're the casting the spell is your action.
Damn it.
You have a little bit of conversation right now, but your next spell will be after Flinch does whatever he's going to do. when we
I
come
can
back
get
around.
it out of there without us getting in.
Okay. Very quickly, does it look like even if it could be like floated out, could it fit through the crack?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
That's a fair
it's like the
question.
size of a
Apple?
a really large apple.
Tesseract? Okay, the size of a Tesseract?
Sure. Sounds good.
Sure. We're not supposed to be Marvel.
Okay. That's all I can do. It's not even.
Tesseracts aren't just in Marvel, man.
I know.
They're actual
No,
things.
fair enough.
I know.
All right, Diantha.
So it's
My
like
turn.
this.
I am going to step out. Do I know what this thing is called? Was that information related to me? This is a Tesseract and stuff? Do I know that?
You would have heard whatever Flinch had mentioned on the radio.
Flinch did say the word Tesseract on the radio.
Yeah.
Great. So I know that this is the thing that they want. Great. I just want to step out and try and make eye contact with this Kasathian. Just be like, you are not leaving with that Tesseract. And I'm going to use a dispiriting taunt on him.
Okay.
You smell like cabbage.
I'm going to make an intimidate check.
Your hat is too small.
On a fail, he's off target. On a success,
You have 4 arms.
It's shaken.
One of your arms is shorter than the rest.
I believe that'll be, I think I add to that. Yep. 28.
He's like, who the hell are you? And he's kind of taken aback by you just randomly coming out and yelling, you're not getting the Tesseract.
I said cooler than that.
Well, yeah, I'm not.
So if he has failed, which I'm assuming he did, on a fail, enemy is off target. Intimidate. Oh, or shaken. On a success, the enemy is shaken.
Okay, sweet, awesome. Movement wise,
I would have had to have gotten within 60 feet of him, so I would have moved however much that I needed to move, and then I would have.
yeah, you started 60 feet away from him, so if you want to just stay put and do that, you can.
I'm gonna stay where I am.
Cool.
I don't want to get within arm's reach of this guy.
Laurel.
I want to get within arm's reach of this guy.
All right. Now, technically, you'd make one action per turn, but being it's a part of your movement,
I can, but I have a talent or a feat that I can do a charge attack.
well, what I'm trying to say is there's a crevice between you and him.
Oh.
Yes.
How wide is it?
About 15 feet.
Damn. Wait.
So
how far can I jump?
There it is.
that's what I mean. Is I'm cool with counting this as a part of your movement, as opposed to making it this is your only thing you get to do this turn. So first, you're gonna roll me an athletics check to make the jump.
Okay.
Then you can do the charge.
Yay. That's 21.
I will count it as part of your charge. You begin the wind up, you jump across, you lose no momentum, and you keep motoring. It's the best.
And then I'm gonna punch him with the fist that has the thunder gauntlet on it.
All right.
I'm just gonna not even slow down my momentum, just go plowing right into his face.
Okay, roll it to your KAC, to his KAC.
Ooh, that's a terrible roll. So that's only a 15.
As you swing on out, he just, deftly steps aside and seems to be up with his dodging of fists.
I think I have to hit to get an additional melee with my tail. So I just kind of stumble as I go by.
All right, it is its turn now. It pulls out some kind of a knife and it goes to stab at you there, Laurel. Seems to not really be intimidated by your size, although it probably should. That is it misses completely. He rolled a 2. All right, Greg.
So did I.
Ooh, me?
Wait a second. What is your KAC?
My KAC is 18.
Oh yeah, no, that missed. My apologies. I have missed someone. So before we get to you, Greg, Flinch, what are you doing?
Clippy 2. Clippy 2 is really proving themselves here. This is awesome.
My God.
Said that they could. Okay, so I'll haul out my rifle and just facing up the ramp for anyone who's coming, and I'll just do that while waiting because I gotta wait for Clippy to try before I throw a pile of grenades in there.
Perfect. Yep, that makes sense. With that, Greg, the bear and his goons do not roll high enough to go through that stealth check that you made. You watch them all just run deeper into the woods, thinking they know exactly where you're at. You're pretty safe to move towards the ship.
Okay.
Not even going to get you to roll, because of the hecticness of the situation, I won't even get you to roll stealth for it. If you want to move full speed to the ship, that's fine.
Full speed.
Full speed ahead.
Wait, wrong voice.
Full speed ahead.
There you go. That's better. Oh my god.
You can
All right. When you move at full speed, how far is that?
What is the name of that feat?
Jet dash is I can run 6
my God.
times my
I'm just gonna
speed,
double check
I
here.
guess. Yeah, double check though.
When running, you move 6 times your land speed.
That's 45.
So 230 feet. No, which is more than that.
Ooh, I can also jump double my height. That's not very far, though.
Yeah, and while running full speed, Greg doesn't get the flat-footed condition, keeps full AC.
That's so basically you do this entire thing through tree branches.
I can.
Yeah.
The damn monkeys.
Yeah. There's nothing you really
So fast.
don't get. Yeah. All right. And that's how far?
Okay, so it's 45 times 6. So
45
240.
times 6?
276?
Yeah, you're there.
Sweet.
You can get there.
276.
Okay, let me put it this way. You can get there and back to your ship this turn.
I just need to get there. As long as there's a door. Is there a door? Like, as I'm running
There's
forward,
a hole in the back of it.
I'll go into the hole. I could probably, I'm assuming, leave the tree line, get to the ship, run into the ship, and make it to the cockpit with this 276 feet of movement.
Yeah.
Sweet! That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Let me know if I pass anybody while I'm flying by them.
You don't, but my God. That's nuts.
I'm
my God, this
like the
game.
Flash, but green and with my wang out.
Didn't even put
Oh
the
god.
foot back.
Put your wang away.
All you hear is just flapping in the wind.
The bluff is over.
Please God, let there be a sound effect you can use for that.
No, there is. I won't use it though.
Please let there not be.
Oh god. Okay. Do you want your loot now or later?
Oh, come on.
Now.
In the ship, you show up like the Flash. Bolts of lightning just ceasing because you're using the Speed Force, also not supported by DC. You find we'll get the stats for this during the break, but you have a holographic Seshimono. It's a level 1 item. Please mark down this so we can go and take a look at it later, but it is in the Armory book, page 99.
Okay.
Okay. There's a Trapsmith's Toolkit. Trapsmith's Toolkit, yeah. And it's on the core rulebook, 221. And a level 6 arc rifle, a static arc rifle. So that's also in the core rulebook on page 168. We'll get stats for that during the break so we don't take up time here. Since you're just going to grab the stuff and then peace out with it, right?
Yeah. Cool. And all of these are like medium-sized creature items, right?
The largest thing is the rifle, and it's of bulk 2.
Okay, yeah.
So you should be able to carry it just fine. Wielding it's another thing.
Yeah, wielding it, I gotta use small arms.
But you can carry it relatively fine.
Okay. Mostly what I want to... Yeah. Mostly what I want to do, though, is... I want to fly, because it's been a while.
Oh, no.
I knew
Oh,
it.
God. You know what? I'm not one to deter a player from doing something crazy and batshit bananas. This ship crashed. There is a hole in it that you entered. However...
Oh, an actual... Oh, yeah, okay.
I want you...
That only just means it's not space-worthy.
Yeah, that's true. I don't need it.
I want you to roll... It'll have a high DC. But I want you to roll for me for your... No, wait, your action was to use the dash. Okay, next turn, we'll try the piloting next turn. That's what we're going to do. All right, moving on. Kleptic.
I'm going to use Psychokinetic Hand to try and lift this thing off the platform and draw it to me.
I'm pretty sure it's like Mage Hand. You don't have to roll for it, right?
Nope,
Just as
I
long as it's
don't.
an attempt.
I just point my finger at it and it goes.
Yeah, reach on out and you lift it off the pedestal and it comes towards you. It fits the crack and you ding.
Yep.
Grab it.
Replace it with
You
a
now
bag of
have this
sand.
Okay.
chronometric device.
Yeah.
Okay, because where I just sort of held my action.
And I'm going to hold my movement because if he's throwing grenades...
No, I'm not.
No. Oh.
Because I'm going to hold my action. And I'm going to hold up my hand for it.
Okay. I will pass it to him.
Put it in my cheek pouch.
I was going to say. At first, you thought he just ate it. But then when you look at him, when you go to question, as soon as you go to question him, you can actually see through his cheek some purple glow.
Your teeth whitened.
Let's get out of here! I start running up the ramp.
It's like
You're not going to throw grenades?
Oh no, I'm going to throw them behind me, so keep up.
Okay, my movement is keeping up with him.
Okay, it's fair enough. We'll get back to it.
Yeah, we'll do that later. Diantha. Oh my god. It's too good.
Okay, so I see
Laurel and Envy are like
they're like
in a
they're
melee
like
fight. Yeah.
combating each other, fighting.
Besides that, that's actually all you see right now. A number of any of the service workers seem to be non-combatants. As soon as they see this giant Vesk fighting with their master, they all start running into the trees.
Is there anything coming from the sky, like ships or anything yet?
I'm not even going to roll for it because you don't see or hear anything at this moment.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Then I will do.
You know what? If you want to spend your action to take a look to see if there's something that could be heard that may or may not be from the sky, you could, but that'll be your action.
I'm no good in a fight, so I'll keep my eyes and ears in the sky if that's the most. I think that's the best way I can help.
Roll me a perception check.
Right now. Okay, perception. I'm pretty good at that. That'll be, I think, just a dirty 20.
All right. Nothing in the sky.
Okay.
However, you do see, activity in the trees across from you, the 120 feet away, as everyone's leaving. But there is something coming from the trees. Nothing large, but there is something coming towards the crevice from the trees.
Okay, now's my action to do that.
Correct.
Can I have a free action to, point it out to... I guess no one's paying attention.
Speaking is not an action.
No one's paying attention to me, really, I guess. But I'll just be like, there's something coming from the trees! For whoever can hear me, which I think is probably only Laurel.
So shoot it!
That's your... Okay.
Laurel's turn.
I'm gonna try again to punch this guy.
Sure. Okay, roll me some KAC.
18.
KAC, no. So he glances off of his plate and he just then goes and takes the knife and technically he goes after you, Flinch, but because just real quickly the two of them are engaged and just rolling his right. You know what? You're about to come into contact with them. You go first. What's your action and movement right now?
Okay. I am going to...
Because this will affect his turn.
I need to wait for Clippy to be up as well.
Oh, Clippy's with you.
Yeah. It's just because if I'm moving forward, as long as Clippy 2 isn't left behind, because I'm literally throwing...
Yeah.
What's
your full movement speed, Clip?
30 feet.
Mine is 2.
So then you and him are at the base of the ramp together.
Okay, so... Yeah, as we're running up the ramp...
Oh, I see. So you're going to hold your action for when Clippy
I'm going to hold
moves.
until Clippy goes, and then
I see.
I'll run up, and I can blow up the ramp, so at least it might take him... They might have to go check.
Okay. Well, in that case... Yeah, in that case, I will let Havarok go because you haven't. Yeah, so
You just need me out of the way, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I can always vertical climb out.
Yeah, but not with hitting you in the head with a grenade.
Oh,
just run up the ramp on your turn.
Yeah.
So Envy's going to roll to hit, try and stab Laurel. That's cocked. That's a bit better. Does a 23 hit you?
It does.
That's unfortunate. Where's my D10? There it is. So you take 10 points of damage as you are struck by this kind of vibrating blade. So it hits you right in the side. Grek.
I have a question. Yeah. I'm not sure for the bodyguard ability. I didn't write the range of it, but it's a reaction I can use to give +2 AC to someone, but a -2 to mine. But I'm not sure if I'm in range to use that.
Well, if you don't know the range, I can't tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I won't.
So I'm going to say it's 60 feet. Probably not.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Mr. Grek.
Okay. So, can I see what's happening outside right now from the cockpit of this?
No. The cockpit crashed in the direction of the temple. So anything that's happening is behind the ship.
Okay. All right. So.
Oh dear.
I don't know if this thing is going to fly for me yet, but did I know where their camp and supplies and stuff like that was here in this field?
Most of it's directly behind you.
Yeah.
Like the ship.
Okay.
Yeah. So is the ramp, the crevice, Envy and Laurel.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to try getting this thing airborne first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll me a piloting check. It's going to be a severely high DC because it is decrepit as all hell.
Okay. Might not be so good. I only got a 7 on the dice, and I have a +15, so 22. 22.
Anyone do movement wise? Grunting is a movement that I suppose counts.
Depends on how, aggressive the grunting is. I don't know why I said that. That was weird.
Put your dick away.
There's no time.
We've already had this discussion. It's a free action to do that with the size.
Okay. While I'm thinking, I'll just stuff it in my pants and zip them up.
Okay.
Was there, I suppose, any guns on this thing would be aiming in the direction I'm in? Aiming,
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what I will say, your weapons are facing into the rock this thing collided with, but the engines are pointing straight backwards.
Yeah, but I know, but all right, maybe I'll go fix the engines.
So you're gonna run back to the engines? All right, so your movement, you're gonna run back to the engines.
Yeah.
Okay. Cliptic.
Run up the ramp.
All right. Flinch. Cliptic is now right beside you.
Okay, so as long as run up the ramp, I've only actually have 3 left, so I'm just gonna pull the pins on all 3.
Oh my god!
I just toss over my shoulders for running out.
Roll me a d20 and add your associated combat for it.
Ooh, it's not good, actually.
Could be horrible. We'll see.
My associated would be 12.
Okay. As you kind of flip them behind you, you hear at least one of them fall in between the ramp and the rock. So it's right beneath you at this point, underneath the ramp you're on. And the other 2 just reach the base of the ramp. How much damage do they do?
They're just level 1 grenades. I think
Oh,
they're only a
that's
D6. I just wanted to try to weaken it or drop it as we're getting out.
So here's what's going to happen. With a 12, you guys are not going to get struck by this. However, I am going to need you to make reflex saving throws. I'll explain why in a second.
Ooh, natural 20.
Nice. How about you there, Flinch?
I have a 23.
Dope. You both are very definitely able to, kind of slow-mo off of the ramp as it explodes. The ramp pieces go flying. The ramp is completely destroyed. There's a small bit of cave-in, right where the stalactites at the base of the ramp were, as those get taken out. But the cave itself is not completely flat, but there's no ramp anymore. And you were at the top of the ramp with the movement that you guys had last time you moved, so you are now up on the surface, but you are now right in front of Envy and Laurel that are scrapping. Cliptic, you still have an action.
That's a good... Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
You watch this guy who's currently knifing Laurel in the side.
For now.
I'm going to use on... Is Laurel between me and it?
No, it is between you and Laurel.
I'm going to use Energy Ray.
Oh my god.
And I'm going to use my favorite one, which is Electricity.
Okay, yep.
So I have to beat, I think 15, I believe is what I have to beat.
Is it a ranged attack roll?
It is... it says close 25 feet plus 5 feet per 2 levels. So
Yeah. What's it called?
It's called Energy Ray. It says you fire a ray at the target and you must make a ranged attack against its EAC.
So then you have to make a ranged attack. Roll
You
d20.
have to beat its EAC.
Nah, this is probably not going to be great.
I believe in you.
You can do it.
Here, so
Oh, yeah, sure. And what am I supposed to add to it?
It's a ranged attack, so it would be that one right there.
No, it's 12.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're kind of like laying on the ground, having just rolled out of the way. You're like, ah! And as you go, it kind of like arcs as you're rolling, and
Damn
it just
it.
makes an an arc above you.
Okay.
Deantha, you just watch this ray of electrical energy just go in like a semicircle off the ground.
Okie dokie. So my primary concern is that Laurel's getting stabbed.
It's not helpful.
So I will. What's the most beneficial thing for you to do here? Probably just do the same thing I did last time. I'm gonna look over the. So I assume I saw the ramp explode.
Yes, you've seen the ramp explode.
like-
In fact, I'd say at your vantage point, you even saw a little bit of smoke and sparks come out of the engines on the ship that's crashed nearby.
Okay, great. I was like, your operation is falling apart, and I'll use Dispiriting Taunt again.
Yeah, okay, roll it.
That's gonna be very, very good.
Oh, I'll decide that one.
Okay, sure, if you want to. 17, 27, 28, 29, 31.
That's pretty good. All right, yeah. He's like, oh god. He looks around, kind of worried, and is like, you're right.
So he's shaken again. He has -2 to anything he rolls.
Perfect. Yeah, it's Laurel. You watch him go. What are we doing here? It's your turn.
Uppercut.
Roll KZ.
Try and not roll awful this time. All right. That was slightly less awful than before. 23.
That'll hit.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right, that is 15 points of damage.
Holy crap! That's way better.
Yeah. This is why she likes punching stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I'm going
when
to
you-
use my cleave talent. Oh wait, no, it has to be a different enemy. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, cleave is you basically continue on and carry it through.
Yep.
As you uppercut him from the chin, you hear some sickening cracking and popping noise of something not. He's still standing, but he can clearly see stars, and that was a bad. Flinch. You just rolled out of the explosion. You've seen Laurel just uppercut this poor bugger. What are you gonna do?
He looks a bit dazed.
No.
Cool. I'm gonna walk 30 feet away.
Okay.
Toward the way, I guess toward Diantha,
Sure.
right? But first off, as I'm getting up, I'm gonna take that miner's helmet and slide it down over my cheek patch, so it can't be seen
Okay.
glowing through it.
I like it.
And I'm gonna say as I'm walking away, "Good luck digging that thing out."
Jeez.
Okay.
But I just want to walk 30 feet away, turn around, and try to shoot him.
Okay. With the crevice that's in the way, I'm not gonna get you to roll a jump. Well, no,
No,
you're
I'll have
small.
to. I'll have to move around it.
You're gonna move around it. Okay. So
Actually, I won't shoot. I will spend. I'll use my action to move again. So
okay, so you're gonna go all the way around. All right,
Yeah.
sweet.
because I need to get away because obvious reasons.
Yep, that's fair. All right, this guy is looking a little problematic. However, as his turn begins, the tree line breaks, and two fully armored, probably humans. They're at least humanoid, specific features besides 2 arms, 2 legs, single head, and a very upright posture, come on out of the woods, and they're each holding some kind of like spear with electric energy in the tips there. Come on out, and they kind of start spinning them around, and they look like they're ready to go. I'm going to roll them into things. That's a really crap roll. That's not as crap a roll. But Envy's going to go, and it feels a little bit more confident that its security detail has shown up. However, it has still got a bit of a dispiriting taunt, as it's like, why am I even here, man? But you just punched it in the face, so he's gonna... And he takes the knife, he's gonna try and go for your chest again.
-2.
Yeah. Does a 20 hit you?
Yes.
Alright.
Oh, watch out! +4 to your AC.
Kinetic or energy?
Kinetic.
No, it does not hit me.
So you watch, as soon as that happens, you go, oh, step aside, and it just right in front of you misses. Look at that. Dope. All
You
right.
do fall prone, though.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay. It'll be half your movement to get up next time.
Okay.
Greg.
So,
Onto the engine.
on my way there, or when I'm there, because this is a small ship, I think to myself, what chances this thing has a self-destruct function or something that I can turn into a self-destruct function?
Roll me an engineering check.
Okay.
Since you use your movement to get to the rear of the ship, roll me an engineering check.
Is that cocked? That's I got a 2 on the dice.
Eee.
Plus 13. Plus 13.
So 15 total?
Yeah.
Okay. So the way that this is set up is like your ship has a dedicated engine room. There's the cockpit at the front of the bridge. Then there's pretty much for the most of it, there's 2 airlock doors, one on either side for boarding, and then the rest of the ship is like a crew housing area. On top of the hole at the top that you jumped on through, the door in the back that's meant to be like the troop door has been destroyed and has been broken open, so you can see all the fighting happening out by the crevice. But there are these the engines that are like tubes on the side. They dip into this room. You can open up the panels and frig with the engines in here. So the 15 is just to determine what you can do. With a good enough engineering check next turn, you could fix the engines. You could set them to self-destruct. You can do any number of things depending on how your engineering check goes. That was to determine if you can, what you can do.
Okay.
And yes, with a good enough check, you could probably set these to self-destruct.
Okay.
I'm not there.
All right, Cliptic.
I'm going to sow doubt into Envy's mind.
Oh, okay.
So now, I'm not sure which ones are better for the circumstance. Probably not flat-footed, becomes off-target, takes a -2 penalty to saving throws, or takes a -2 penalty to skill checks. So probably the saving throw. What would you? You're the one who's in the fight with him.
Yeah, but 2 security personnel have just showed up.
It's up to you.
Fine, I'll do it to one of them.
What was the number?
17.
17. So he rolled a natural 1.
Ooh, yay.
I'm cool with saying that it lasts for 6 turns. I will double the or okay, you know what? How about this? I'm cool with it pulling from this critical fumble deck if you like.
Sure, because why not? And what would it be?
Either critical blow or magic. Even it's not a spell, but it is a magical effect, so you can use the magic critical effect for his failure. I think it's fun. You're wrecking his brain and he horribly failed. And you're also what you're affecting is his ability to do saving throws. So I just
it says you take a -2 penalty to will saves for 2d4 rounds.
roll 2d4.
Can I borrow one of your?
Yeah.
So this actually kind of works out better.
Those are D6s.
Oh fuck me! It's fine.
My God. If you said a number higher than 8, I was going to be very confused.
5.
All right, so 3 plus 5, so 8. Okay, so for 8 rounds, this individual, so you cast this this ability on this dude. You watch as they kind of let go of one hand and they start looking around like basically an anxiety attack is occurring to this this poor guy right now. You have sown doubt into their mind, and they are now wondering why they're here. Oh my God! But no, they have to carry through. They're going to die.
You gave them anxiety.
They have -2 to everything, to their saves.
Do you have a spell that they have to succeed on a willpower saving throw in order to survive?
Oh gosh, I'd have to go through all of them.
Because that would be the spell to cast on this person.
Probably at higher levels. That's pretty powerful for a level 6 spell.
Yeah.
All right. With that, the guard that just got afflicted is going to go. Feeling kind of worried about this and doesn't know where the spell came from, they're just going to try and run at Laurel, who is being attacked by who's attacking their boss.
Oh, do they come from the other side of the field? Because aren't they on the? Okay.
Yeah, they're on the far side, on the side closest to these guys, because she jumped the crevice to get there.
Got it.
So yeah, they're going to come on up, and they're going to also jump in with their spears on you there, Laurel. Yeah, but does a 11 hit you? No, I didn't think so. Next up is Diantha.
They're all within 100 feet of me?
Yeah.
I'll do the same thing. I'll take out my pistol and fire some blanks in the air and spend another resolve point to make everyone have -4 against all attacks that aren't against me.
That's wild. That's awesome.
That's
I
awesome.
love that. All right.
Cost resolve.
That
makes sense.
That's fair. Guard 1 gets to go. This is the one that isn't zoned by doubt. It did see where the spell came from. So this guy is going to go towards you, Cliptic. Does a 19 hit your KAC?
-4?
Does a 15 hit your KAC? +2 because you're prone. So does a 17 hit your KAC?
Yeah, 16.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Okay.
I have my reaction again. Watch out! +4 to your AC.
So yeah, well then that's
So then I missed it. Yeah, okay.
fine.
So as they go on up to stab down at you, you hear Diantha yell. You roll out of the way and you stick to the dirt.
Okay.
Laurel, you got 2 of these buggers on you now.
Okay, I'm just
No
gonna
one
quickly
gets hit on my watch.
Kill him, but it's more likely to hit him. He'll
Oh,
be
okay.
able to resist
Fair
them
enough.
because he gets a -2.
You aren't talking
Okay.
strategy. You got to punch somebody right now.
exactly.
You got 2 guys right next to each other.
The right. Okay, so. Can I grapple this guy? Do I get is that an attack roll or an athletics roll?
It is an attack roll, but you don't deal any damage. It just grapples them. Although, cleave would work right now.
This is true. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna continue to beat up on the boss.
I thought I'm trying to help you out here, but at the same time,
That's a really nice roll. So that is a 32.
that will hit both of them.
Yay!
Well, I think you have to roll again for the second. Roll for the second guy real quick, and then we'll do the damage together.
And 15.
That actually hits the second guy. Is KAC?
Yes. 'Cause-
That'll hit the second guy.
Cool. The first person I was punching at though was still Envy.
Oh yeah. Oh, I sorry. I assumed that it was Envy then guard.
Yes.
Okay, because the 15 would not have hit the Envy, but it hits the guard. So
Okay.
that's why I took it. Okay. Perfect.
And the
So you hit
guard that I'm trying to hit is the one who has not been spelled.
both. The
one who-
one that you're gonna hit is the one that's within 5 feet of you.
That actually makes way more sense.
Yes. Which is the one that's been spelled.
Okay.
All right. So roll your damage for Envy.
That is 17.
Oh God. Okay. He's not looking good. Roll the damage for this guard.
Oh, 18.
She's a brick.
Yeah.
You clap clap. Everyone here just hears bang. There's a bit of a concussive shockwave, if you will, and they're both looking. All
Can I have hit one of them into the other one?
Yes, I much prefer that as a cleave effect. You knock Envy's head into the other one.
Nice.
All right, flinch.
Okay, so last turn I moved 60 feet.
You're safely on the other side of the crevice.
Yeah. I guess I could have ran, but either way, I just want to be next to Diantha. That's what I want.
Yeah, you could be there. That's fine.
How far did you move in?
I don't think I've moved at all, actually.
So basically at the edge, and then I'll line up my rifle.
Okay, so you're gonna get a -2 because you're shooting into combat with Laurel and she's facing you. Cool.
There was nothing coming from the other side of the trees, right? Other than those 2 guards.
Other than those 2 guards that you've seen, other than those 2 guards, no.
Okay, so there is a guard not within 5 feet of Laurel.
The other one is within 5 feet. They're standing above Cliptic trying to stab at them. Now, Cliptic is prone.
So it'll be harder to hit Cliptic.
Cliptic will not add any penalties to hitting him.
Right.
But as soon as Cliptic stands up, you'll get a -2 shooting him.
I'm going to shoot that one, plus
Okay.
because Cliptic's prone, if everything goes wrong, it's still a lot harder to hit Cliptic with a straight shot because it's
Cliptic
less
is,
of a mass.
Already prone because of the watch out.
yeah, so...
Even a natural one, there's no chance of hitting Cliptic.
Well, that's what I'll do.
Yeah,
I'll,
no chance.
I am actually going to shoot twice, which means I
Okay.
have to take a minus on my roll.
That makes sense. Recoil.
And of course I'm going to overcharge because, that's just what I do. Okay, so first shot, it does a 20 EAC?
Yeah, it'll be EAC, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. Yeah, that'll hit that guy.
And a 20 EAC.
For both shots?
Yeah, I'm shooting the same guy twice.
Yeah, that hits both. Roll damage for both. Sorry, I thought there was 20 damage. I was like, holy shit!
No, that's just a hit.
Okay, yeah, they both hit.
So the first one does 20 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
Well, I rolled a 14 on the dice, and weapon smash is +6, right? Because I'm level 6. So
Okay, what's the second?
13 more. So 33 points of damage total.
This guy gets bang bang and just is toast. You watch a sizzle armor. Cliptic, you've been saved.
That's amazing.
And then he calls out, "Watch out, guard!"
What?
Well, because he keeps hearing Diantha, right?
You're doing it wrong.
Like, Flinch for a second thinks that it works if he screams out words too.
You're doing. Why would you do it with the enemy? The enemy doesn't. No, you're doing it wrong.
He died, didn't he?
But he didn't watch out. He just died.
He watched it.
So while you guys stand there and debate a little bit, Mr. Envy takes the knife and is going to continue to try and slash out at Laurel for knocking his block. That does a 23 hit your KAC?
It does.
All right. You will be dealt. Oh, well, that could be better damage. 5 points of damage.
5?
Yes, 5 points of damage. Oh, Greg.
That was with the minus to it? The attack?
Damage gets -4 too?
No, just the hit. The hit. Too.
Oh, -4. What did I say hit you? 23 is 19 hit you.
Yeah.
Ah, dang it.
Okay, so take your 4 points damage. All right.
4 or 5?
5.
Okay.
Crap.
+4 now.
Put the dice away. Greg,
Let's turn these engines into a bomb.
roll me an engineering check.
Let's see how this goes.
Do you have any tools on you?
I have duct tape and a toolkit and an extra weapon battery.
Okay.
What else do you need?
Really? Yeah.
You do.
I also have Tinker. I don't know if that helps.
Roll it. See what happens.
I can't to say it. I'm not there.
Just roll your engineering.
Just let me
Just
blow
roll it.
some stuff up, man.
At it.
I just want to be very effective to blow stuff up.
I'm a goblin and I'm by myself. I don't know what to tell
I
you.
trust you.
Being effective is not what I'm
Go for
about. Oh, I got a 19 on the dice. My engineering is +13.
Oh my god.
So 32? Let's turn these engines into a bomb
With duct tape.
with duct tape and a
battery.
and a battery.
You take the battery, you duct tape it into the engine. You initiate the fuel line to get the engines going, but you block the end of it.
With the battery?
You already used the battery.
The battery will just amplify the explosion.
Oh, okay.
You feel like you've got about 1 round.
Oh, I know what I can block it with. I have mud in my ears.
You add some mud to
Plus,
the situation.
added into whatever else was in there originally.
You have 6 seconds, so 1 round to escape the blast radius.
This was my action, right?
Yup.
Okay. I'm going to run. I can't jet dash because I have to use my action to start jet dash, right? So I'm just going to jump out and I'm going to start running as fast as I can. And as I'm running, I'm going to go, oh my God, run! So you can see me go by because I'm running at like my normal run speed.
My God. Okay, so 45 feet, you're pretty close to the edge
Greg's
of the
voice
trees.
just went up pretty high pitched, didn't it? Yeah.
Cliptic. You are there. You get the spear is in the ground next to you, and all of a sudden you just see dirt getting kicked up like in an anime when a character's running really, really fast, and it's Greg going, "We gotta run!" running away from the ship, and you see the ship kind of shaking a little bit.
How far away am I from the edge of the cliff? Or edge of the crevice?
The crevice?
Yeah.
5 feet.
How far away is the goblin from me?
40, 50, about 45 feet. Your movement's
45.
50,
You've
50
literally
feet
ran
away from you.
past me.
Headed towards Diantha?
Yes.
Headed towards Diantha.
I will not make that distance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use spider climb again, but go down the crevice to block myself from the explosion that's going to happen.
This is somewhat
do that?
metagaming, but I do want you to be aware, because we are Theater of the Mining it is above the crevice, the ship.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. My bad. I did not realize
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Okay,
That's
fair
why,
enough.
That's why I said that. So, Cliptic is some DMs just let you go and die, but because we don't have a map in front of us and we are theater of the mining it, there are some things that get lost in translation. Anything in the crevice will be incinerated.
Right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Laurel's still in combat with Envy, right?
Or at least will be hurt badly. Yes.
Yes?
You also don't know how big or bad the explosion is going to be. Not even Greg knows.
Okay. Will 30 feet be far enough away to get away from the explosion?
However far can you go?
30 feet.
You're gonna have to pray.
Okay.
So are you still prone right now?
I am.
So it's half your movement to stand up. That leaves 15. And if you use your action to then move, you have 45 feet of movement.
Okay.
But you can't do anything else.
All right, I will do that then.
So an action movement is half your movement?
No, it's because she's prone. So if she uses her move action, she has to...
Now, an attack of opportunity will come from Mr. Spearboy, because you are
Mr.
leaving
Spearboy,
his threatened range.
-4.
He's dead.
I killed the one.
Oh, wait, yeah, that one's dead.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you just get up and go. 45 feet in the opposite direction of Cliptic, just... actually, 45 feet because of where you're at, you are at the tree line.
Oh, perfect.
The second guard, the one that's gotten his head knocked in by his boss, is gonna start stabbing his spear out at you there, Laurel. I rolled a 2.
-2.
Does he have
Negative
himself?
2. Well, he also had his other added,
Yeah,
but misses you completely. Diantha?
So something's gonna explode.
It's the general gist you're getting from
General
it.
just forgetting, but there's still 2 that are still alive, right? There's the
Well, there's a guard and there's Envy, yeah.
okay.
You do not know how large this explosion is going to be.
Okay, what I will do then is I will look at Envy and I will go, "You're gonna explode," and use Dispiriting Taunt so that hopefully he'll get a -2 so that Laurel can get away easier.
Okay. Okay, yep. Because he's going
That's
to get
not
an attack.
as good. 23. To
Did-
intimidate.
Yeah, that'll get both of them.
Oh, it only
Just on
affects
him?
only affects
Yeah,
him.
okay, so that'll, yeah, he gets a -2.
He's shaken again, so everything's -2,
Oh
and then
my
I'm gonna take my movement to go back into the tree line, 30 feet,
All right.
so that hopefully now Laurel can get away a little bit easier.
What are you doing, Laura?
I'm gonna punch him again.
Well,
Yep. Well, how close am I to the ship?
About 50 feet.
Okay,
No, sorry, that one's about 30 feet.
about 30 feet. Does Envy have any sort of like patches or pins or anything on his clothing that identifies him as Envy?
There is like a patch that's on his purple scarf that you've never seen the symbol before, but it looks important.
I'm gonna take his scarf, and then I'm gonna disengage and run.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
I'm not trying to be sneaky about it.
No. The sleight of hand isn't about sneaking. Sleight of hand is the dexterity of your hands to untie a scarf on an active combatant and run with it.
What if I had just grabbed it and ran, and I happened to drag him with me?
That's a grapple check.
You're better
Okay,
at those.
what do I roll for that? Is that
You don't
athletics?
make any movement though.
But if that's my action, I still have my movement.
Yeah, but
Not if you're grappling. If you have someone
Yeah.
grappled, you move at half speed.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a strength. They're gonna roll opposed strength to oppose the grapple.
Is it straight strength or is it athletics?
It's what is it in this one? This one's different. It's not athletics. There's some kind of a combat bonus that's applied.
It's just grappling is one of those.
It's the combat maneuvers.
It's a combat. If I had the combat maneuvers feat, I would get a bonus to do it. But I don't have that feat. So base attack bonus plus strength modifier is what I get to that.
That's what I figured. Okay,
Yeah.
so roll that.
So my BAB is 6 and my strength. Okay. Oh, natural 1. So it's an 11.
they'll have a -2 whatever they roll. don't know if it matters in this case, but
All right. As you kind of tangle your fingers up in the scarf and you pull it back, your finger kind of gets... You know how when you grab something really hard and your finger kind of gets yanked the wrong way?
Mm-hmm.
You take a -2 penalty to all attacks and skill checks using your hands, so
Okay.
your fisticuffs, for two rounds. But that was your action. It failed. He is not grappled. What's your movement?
Then I'm just gonna run.
All right.
So since I'm not dragging him, I do get my full movement, which is 40 feet.
So you get 40 feet. You're about 20 feet away from the woods because you were 60 feet away from the woods. Flinch.
Okay.
You're already in the trees.
Yeah.
For the purposes of this, assuming you're just going to try and stay away from the explosion. Unless there's, what are you going to do for your turn?
Yeah. So I'm already in trees. Do Greg, in his opinion, think that 30 feet deeper into the woods is enough? Best guess.
You can make a guess.
Well, because that's where Diantha is, correct?
Mhm.
Just 30 feet? Hey, if there's somebody to die with, that's fair. So...
It's sweet, I guess.
The optimism.
I'm going to shoot Envy twice, and then I'll move back and stand next to Diantha and await our fate.
Roll your EAC, roll it.
Okay. Once again, because I'm shooting twice, I'm not as good of a...
Yep.
Oh, so I know the first one's going to miss because right away it's a 14.
No, it misses. Yeah, you're right. Second one?
9. So,
Okay.
yeah, but I took it. I took the shot.
But you ran out. Now, Greg's turn starts up again.
I do have a reaction I can use called Unfriendly Flyer. I can use a bluff check to have a miss attack redirect to a different target. So could I have one of your attacks redirect to the other?
You're probably, if you're 30 feet in the woods, you might even be able to see them.
Yeah, you have to see
okay.
the yeah. So
Okay.
that
So-
one wouldn't necessarily.
And then
work
I'll use
that.
my movement to go back with Diantha and await
Okay.
her fate.
The beginning of Greg's turn. 6 seconds has elapsed. Diantha, you are 30 feet into the woods. So you are a total of 90 feet away from the ship. Greg, I think you're still 45 feet away from the ship.
45 feet.
You are 90 feet away from the ship. Flinch, Cliptic, you are 60 feet away from the ship because you used half your movement and then your full action.
Yes.
So and your movement is 30 feet.
Yes.
So 40. You're 45 feet away.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And Laurel, you are 40 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, because
That's
40
from
feet
Envy.
is my movement, so I'm 40 feet plus however far away I already was from the ship.
Plus 30. I think it was.
Okay, yeah, so you're 75 feet away from the ship. Okay, so you're that's pretty good. Anyone that is within 60 feet,
Damn it. Foiled by my own cleverness.
which includes the guard and Envy, is going to suffer.
A lot of rolling going on there.
20 points of fire damage as the ship explodes.
I also have resistance to fire.
You're also 15 feet out of the blast radius. So 20 points of fire damage as the ship explodes. It goes kaboom. With that, anyone that's willing to... So for those that just got hit, which is... no, it was Cliptech and it was Greg that just got hit by that. Have either of you guys hit 0? You guys still up?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, perfect. Greg, what are you going to do with your action? Or with your turn now that you've just been hit by this explosion?
I'm going to pause for a moment, turn around, like, what's her name from, what was it, Lot's wife running from Sodom and Gomorrah, look at my work, smile with my hands on my hips, and then beat it into the woods.
Perfect. So you just book it. Cliptic, what are you doing?
Is Envy down? Is he
Do you
gone?
stop to take a look?
Yes.
The guard
Yeah.
who was with him is a standing smoke spire.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Envy
Yeah.
stands up from its coiled position and kind of brushes some dust off.
I want to use caustic conversion on him.
Sure, what does that do?
I have to roll against his EAC, and if I hit the target, takes 4d4 acid damage.
Nice. All right, roll it.
I'm sorry. What am I supposed to add to this again?
Is it ranged?
Ranged attack? Yeah.
That.
So, okay. No, probably not. 17.
No.
Damn it!
That's the ass out. It strikes the corpse next to him that's still standing. It destroys it, and then he just looks over at you enraged with your movement.
I book it through the woods. Just gone.
All right. With that, being that every character has now left the active encounter zone.
Did
Just
you
laughing?
leave? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Laurel is only 40 feet away.
Oh,
So she,
I guess the next one will Diantha. You're just gonna keep going.
Yeah, I don't think I would turn back.
Laurel, what are you gonna
Laurel is still there.
do? You're 15 feet away from the edge of the trees.
Stop. Look back. I see Envy standing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run back and punch him.
Thank you for listening to this Twisted Gear Studios production. Again, if you're a fan, please feel free to hit that Ko-fi button and send us a coffee. It really does help. Let us know on our socials if there's anything else you would like to see from us. With enough support, we'd love to bring more things to you with more shows, more frequent posts, possibly even merch ideas.
Until then, the next episode of Spacers will air Tuesday, February 2nd, with our next episode of The Call, our Call of Cthulhu actual playcast, GM'd by Derek Snow, airing Tuesday, January 26th. The game system used today was the Starfinder game system by Paizo. Music, sound effects, and ambient tracks in this episode licensed through Video Copilot, Triune Films, and Artlist. You can find all of Twisted Gear Studios' podcasts on Google Play, Apple Music, and Spotify. Please like and follow the Twisted Gear Studios Facebook page and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Twisted Gear. Your players this evening were Derek Snow, Janessa Coles, Lindsay Zelansky, Elizabeth Wells, and Bailey Yarkey. Rob Hickey was your audio operator, and I was your host and GM, Zach Barrett. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.